nothing in the song. And then it isn't somehow. We were there for it.
He's Nick, I'm Matt, and we're insufficient.
Matthew, it's fucking This Day in Phish, Tory.
What the fuck was that garbage?
It was a haiku. It was my best haiku about being at a Phish show in a set 2 jam that you don't know whether it's type 2 or type 8.
There is no type 8.
Dude, I get really nervous sharing my haikus with people. Do you write a lot of haikus?
I've never written a haiku.
Oh, okay. So it's 5 syllables, 7 syllables, and then 5 syllables.
Okay.
And the reason that that's important is because today's International Haiku Day,
Ooh.
April 17th.
What else is today?
Oh my God.
I got a couple too.
You got some?
I do.
Dude, hit me with the hot facts.
Bay of Pigs invasion.
All right, there.
1961.
Yep.
The Bay of Pigs, a failed military invasion of Cuba by the CIA, sponsored primarily
yeah, we're trying to kill Castro.
Paramilitary group began on April 17th, 1961.
Okay.
Yep, go ahead.
Today's Jennifer Garner's birthday.
Awesome.
How do you feel about Jennifer Garner?
I'm not a fan.
Okay, it's also Victoria Beckham's birthday.
Nice. Now I'm a fan.
Sweet.
Now I'm down. Victoria Beckham. Yeah.
Hey, man, if you don't like Posh Spice, I don't want to know you.
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
1964, the Ford Mustang introduced.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a really good one.
My grandma had a Mustang when I was a small kid. Yeah, it was crazy. She was a crazy lady from France. Miss
sick.
her, love her. Besides International Haiku Poetry Day, it's also National Cheeseball Day. Celebrate with your favorite cheese snack. What's your favorite cheese snack?
Cheese balls.
Cheese balls are good.
Cheese balls are fucking great.
It's also a disease, and you should go see your doctor if you have it.
Ew, that's gross.
I've got cheese balls.
That's disgusting, bro. Unnecessary. 1993, the Intel Pentium microprocessor released.
Microprocessor, eh?
That was a big deal. That's a big deal.
All right, I got a better one. You ready?
Yep.
National Kickball Day.
Yeah.
Elementary schools all around the country are playing kickball at gym today.
I wish they brought back dodgeball. Fuck kickball. How about butts up?
Oh my God, dude. Do you think anybody that listens to our show knows about butts up?
You remember butts up?
Dude, I'm pretty sure it's just a Massachusetts game. But yeah, you got a tennis ball.
And that's not just what I tell my wife to do, all right? So
you throw it against the wall. You have to catch it with one hand. If you go to catch it and you don't, you got to stand up against that wall and everybody's throwing a tennis ball at your butt.
Yep.
Dude, that's a fucking classic.
1492, Christopher Columbus
signed the ocean blue.
Signs contract with Spain. Spain.
Hey.
What do you got? What anything?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, this is basically Canada's Independence Day, if that means anything to you.
Which is not Bastille Day. That's France.
Dude, I've been in France on Bastille Day. That's fun. I've also been in Iceland on their like.
Oh, that's cool.
That was fun. Yeah.
Unfortunately, not such a great memory. 1995 Oklahoma City bombing.
Yeah, that's my cousin actually went and visited that site over the
That's
winter.
too heavy.
He was heavy. Okay, I got one. Nina Kutsakic, and I'm probably mispronouncing that, and I will come back tomorrow and say it correctly. She was the first female runner of the Boston Marathon. Shout out.
Nice.
By the way, that's coming up again.
It is President's
in like 2 or 3 days. I'm excited.
Not that, and it's the good President's Day, not that horrible fucking movie that Mark Wahlberg came out with.
I was wondering how you were going to end that.
1976, the premiere of The $6 Million Man.
I got a rebate. It was only 4.
Well, that is the things that have been went on in our history of the world.
let's move it over to Phish Tory.
Okay, April 17th, 2023 at the Greek Theater in Berkeley, California.
Which they're going to be very close to, even though they're not going to play it. They're going to be down the road in San Francisco, but we still thought, hey, let's do a California show.
And well, yeah, because we got spring tour coming up.
Spring tour.
A set opener with the curtain with.
Do you want to do sound check? Because it's got my favorite new Phish song on there.
Sound check, Driver.
Yep.
Beautiful. Knuckle Bone Broth Avenue.
Best Phish song ever written.
God, why did you make me do that?
Dude, of all the Phish songs ever written, that one, right on the nose. It's got
one of the best names.
Knuckle Bone Broth Avenue.
Yeah.
I feel like Fishman wrote that song.
Definitely. Opening up with the curtain with first time played since 6/30/2019, a 117 show gap. Stunning opener.
Does that make it a bust out?
Yes.
Okay. The curtain with bust out. Last time I heard the curtain was probably the last time they played it.
I liked, I'll just take the curtain.
They played it at Mohegan Sun, and on 7/24/2024, they played it fucking twice. Okay, I'm not crazy. Thank God. This has actually been weighing on me all week.
They played the curtain and then the curtain with, right?
Nope, they played the curtain with, and then in set 2, they also played the curtain with.
So you're not crazy. That should have been the show you picked, and you didn't.
I was looking at that show because this one opened up with the curtain with, and I was like, oh, let me do some research.
You didn't research shit. You fucked the whole thing up.
I would really appreciate it if we could take the next 45 minutes and just talk about my feelings.
Is that girl?
No.
Yeah, it is. It fucking is.
Carini,
dedicated to Frenchie Tim Gazzelli?
Well,
the beloved if they don't, naked dude from Dick's 2022.
I'm not listening. That was great.
They dedicated to the naked dude. Trey gave a heartfelt nod, and the jam radiated reckless wisdom and celebration of life.
Yes.
Those were my notes. I'm a horrible writer. That's great.
I'm going to go to the next song, which was All of These Dreams, which is
All of These Dreams.
Beautiful song.
I love this song.
You could tell when Scott enters the writing circle, and clearly he did on this song. So shout out, Scott.
I like this song. Followed up with Stash. I thought it brought the energy up a little bit. It didn't really dive very deep.
No.
It wasn't a deep stash, and I like a deep stash.
Speaking of deep stashes, did you hear any of the stashes from Trey's acoustic tour?
I have not.
The audience trying to clap along is positively hysterical. Do yourself a favor.
They can't do it?
No, because Fishman's not playing the thing. And so there's no pause. And so everybody starts clapping. And his buddy keep playing. It's amazing.
Because they couldn't do it.
Because there's no pause. But they still tried to clap.
So Trey and the keyboardist never stopped?
Exactly. And they did it every time. And the audience keeps trying to clap every time. It's very funny.
Oh, I love it. He's like, fuck you guys.
Yes, he is. And stop saying hood.
One of my favorites is Halfway to the Mood. Slow simmering build that added a dreamy feel to it. Maintained the mood for the slow of the introspection.
On yesterday's show, when we talked about getting everybody involved, a great way to get Paige involved early on, Trey, is Halfway to the Moon, written and sung by one of the greats.
I like this song. I've always liked this song. Mull,
I don't like this song.
Here Comes Mike.
Oh, God. You like Mull, though, don't you?
No, I didn't.
This is one of the rare mics you don't like and I don't like, because you and I both generally like mics.
That is not true.
I like Mike.
Some of Mike's stuff, it was good.
Okay, so Trey listened to and took our advice here.
Mock song.
He had Paige and then he had Mike.
Yeah.
That's why set 2 is so fucking fire. Okay, keep going.
Following up with Undermined. It was okay. It was all right. It wasn't the best performed Undermined. Had more of like this
misformed and misshapen.
Misshapen.
Yeah. Reinvented.
But not mistaken.
Not refined.
Not refined. Unrelenting, understroked.
By the way, a second song with Scott Herman on the old pen.
Undermined?
That's rare.
Undermined? Yeah.
That's another Scott guy. Good for you, Scott.
I like Scott. Scott, keep bringing yourself in, man. You seem to be writing some good lyrics.
Well, so I think it's him and Tom, and I think they write together without Trey, and then they send it to Trey. I don't know. I'd love to know the insides and the outsides of this.
I feel like they'll never tell us.
They're never gonna tell us.
You ask Trey, be like, dude, like what goes on with this? And he just looks around. And he says, "I'll never tell."
He's like, maybe we wrote it, maybe we didn't.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
And then, yeah, I think Tom will tell us. I think Tom talks about the writing process.
Apparently, we're gonna see Tom behind the stage in New Hampshire.
Ooh, that's gonna be cool. Yeah.
We're hoping he's not whacking off in the tool shed.
Yikes. Reprise is playing today. Today is the 17th. Reprise is opening like a 3 or 4 show tour. They're going to be in Nectar's up in Burlington, and they're doing a show I went to, and I kind of wish I was going. And then they're doing another show in Connecticut, and then they're going to Northampton. And then when they're in Northampton, they're doing a show that also took place at UMass that I was also at.
Why don't you just reach out to these guys? You clearly love them.
I kind of like watching their clips. It's funny. I really thought at the beginning of our podcast that I didn't enjoy Phish tribute bands. I do. It's fine. I don't get into it. Like I can't, it's not like the same, but
it actually isn't the same. And that's, I think, why we like Reprises, because the guitarist doesn't sound anything like Trey. He doesn't try to sound like Trey.
Correct.
The drummer has his own chops that are very different than Fishman's chops. He can play Fishman's tunes, which is great, but his chops are different. And that's the big two that you really need.
Yeah.
Who cares about
them?
them?
One of my buddies that I went on tour with, she does love Reprise, and so a little bit of respect.
Labia Lib.
Yes.
Is it?
I don't think she would appreciate that name, though.
You got to have her on the show.
I will ask.
Okay, cool. You don't think she'll like the name?
Labia Lib? Probably not.
Okay. Theme from the bottom to end set 1.
Boom, boom, boom.
What a graceful landing to end set 1, man. Theme from the bottom. That is. 20-minute break.
I'm surprised nobody put that song as their... Remember we asked, like, what's your favorite Phish intro?
Yeah.
Nobody put that song.
No.
Nobody put The Wedge either. That kind of pissed me off.
That's the song of your life, isn't it?
Dude, The Wedge?
Yeah.
You know it. By the way, Mike is so sneaky on that intro. So it starts off, obviously, you know this, I'm not telling you anything new, but it's Fishman, and he's playing that really kind of, eccentric beat. And then Trey hits a note and slides in, right?
Yeah.
But on that slide, Mike joins in almost at the exact same time. So the two of them are actually creating that melody. And then Paige comes in the next, let's just pretend the word is stanza. And so you don't actually hear Mike joining as predominantly as the other 3 members. And then all of a sudden you're just rocking out and you're like, how the fuck did Mike get here? It's great.
One of my favorite songs of all time. That could be the best Phish song.
That really could be the best Phish song. 100%.
Now, this is a weird set, too. We only have 4 songs in this set.
I don't know if we have enough time left in our show to finish the set list.
My soul, I don't really give a fuck about this song.
Yes, but it's a cover.
That's all I feel like I hear from them.
That's a majority of it. Yeah,
okay.
First time played 97. I like the song. I like the cover. I like the original. It's a Clifton somebody. I can't remember off the top of my head.
So this is where shit starts taking a turn.
Yes.
They were like, we're going to play Tweezer, and we're going to do it for 48 minutes.
What do you think about that? Like, besides just, I thought it was good. I thought the music was good. I wasn't bored. Even though I did like an entire 2-mile walk with my dog.
It explored the kind of dark psychedelia thing that they do, funky pockets, ambient bliss, a full range of shit, man.
Okay. Did you cover every emotion from happiness to sorrow?
I think Frenchie, the naked guy, would have loved it.
Too bad he wasn't around.
I know. But listen, dude, when they're powering through a song and they're playing it for 45 plus minutes, that takes a lot of stamina.
It takes a lot of brain power.
Stamina, I would say more. Yeah, well, yeah, okay. Brain power, stamina. You're using your brain, but it's also body, and that's a lot of work.
And I also feel like normally I feel like Trey is the one kind of driving the bus, and then Fishman is giving Trey cues as to like when the turns are coming up.
Right.
I didn't feel that way through this whole song. I thought Paige and Mike both added to directional lensing of the music for the band, so that made me happy to hear.
Yeah, and I thought the jam moved really nicely.
Yeah. And that's how you get 45 minutes.
Unlike 38-minute Ruby Waves, which went nowhere.
Not the best Ruby Waves.
Simple.
We got a simple.
I mean,
we got a band.
Yeah. But, what are you going to follow this up with? And I love that they ended set 2 with rock and roll. It's one of my favorite covers that they play.
Lou Reed, R.I.P. I love rock and roll. If you had to pick rock and roll or Jesus Left Chicago, which one are you taking?
You're an asshole.
Which one are you taking?
It's 2 different things.
I know. So which one are you taking? I'm taking Jesus Left Chicago.
I'm taking rock and roll.
It's close, though. It's close.
That song used to fucking launch, bro, back in the day.
A rock and roll set 2. Whoa, you were in for it.
They do it so much better than Lou Reed. It is completely their song now. Same thing with Love and Cup. It is that's their song. They might as well just give it to them. Have you heard the Stones do it?
Do you think, is there any chance the Stones might induct Phish?
That'd be... What if it's Paul McCartney?
Dude, that would be my favorite. That would be my favorite. You know what's funny?
Game over.
On the podcast and in real life, I tell everybody Paul McCartney won the Beatles, and he did. But the other day I was walking and I just put on a Harrison album. Man, Harrison kind
of wins the Beatles too.
He could make a song. He didn't make as many as Paul or John.
Love, give me sweet love, give me. Dude, nothing will pass away. Yeah. All things must pass.
You know why he didn't win though? He was too bitter. Have you seen like the outtakes?
Bitter motherfucker
of him like shitting on Paul for treating him poorly. And look, I get it, George, but come on, it was Paul McCartney.
Get over it, bro. He was just a little bit better than you.
He's like, do you think you'll ever write with Paul again? We had that chance.
Honestly, though,
20 years ago.
I don't know. He might have wrote one of the best Beatles songs. Something.
But Here Comes the Sun is one of my favorite songs of all time. Period.
Whoa. That stays out of it. Here Comes the Sun is a dumbass song.
It's a great song.
Something beats it.
Well, yeah, okay. I'm making this show more approachable.
Encore.
Ah, dude, I would cry. I would literally cry.
What, to hear Miss You?
I would cry if I heard the song Miss You, yes.
I
would.
Is that about his sister?
I don't know what it's about. It's fucking sad. And then I will only think of that Bob Weir version, and you and I have made fun of Bob Weir till the cows come home.
Wait, Bob Weir did Miss You?
Dude, and nails it. Bob Weir comes out, sings Miss You, and Phish is playing, and it's some of the best music they've done, period.
When did they do that?
We've talked about it on the show, bruh.
I don't think we ever have.
I will, you know what? I'll make sure we talk about it on Friday.
Okay, and then Sand. Sending off with Sand.
Thank God.
This show got a 4.3 rating, obviously because of the fucking tweezer.
Yeah. Do you think people just see really long song and they just high rate it?
Yeah, probably. Hey, I got a question. It's a hot take, actually. What's the song that instantly takes you back to high school?
A Phish song?
Any song, man. It does not have to be a Phish song. In fact, don't make it a Phish song.
Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't make it a Phish song. Don't Say it again like that.
I just did.
What song doesn't have to be Phish automatically takes you back to high school?
You didn't need to re-say it. My take was good.
You don't have to use it.
I'm not going to use it.
I just said it. I paraphrased what you said. For me, I don't know about high school off the top of my head, but the song that always takes me back to middle school is Hysteria by Def Leppard. I remember I had just gotten like the CD. I had like a little Discman. I'm walking through the halls, and it was the first time I'd gotten that far into the album that Hysteria was on.
Yeah.
And nobody was there except for me for some reason. And I just remember thinking, holy shit, dude, Def Leppard would be a great band to induct.
Blue
Phish.
Skies, Allman Brothers.
Ramblin'
Man.
For you?
Ramblin' Man. Blue
That's
Skies.
your high school thing?
A little bit.
Those guys were all dead before you even went to high school.
I loved it though. I listen to that stuff all the time, man.
Do you ever sometimes
who else am I thinking of? I made a tape once, and it was a mixture of all the songs that just. I think I don't remember it. I wish I could find it, but I don't think I have that tape anymore.
You know what I'd like, Matt, and I think that everybody that listens to our show would like, is if you do it, I'll do it. Put together a 10-song playlist that we just put out there in writing. And if somebody ever wants to go listen to it, bam, there you go.
Hey, Nick, what's our phone number that people can leave text
you
messages?
Son of a bitch. I don't know it off the top of my head.
He's fucking tool.
Hold on. I can search it, though. It starts with 802. And by the way, if anybody has been writing us, all apologies. I haven't checked in a while. 802-276-1986. That's the insufficient phone number. He's Matt. I'm Nick. This was Insufficient.
Click and subscribe and maybe follow us too. We're not bad guys.
Don't follow us to our car, though.
Follow Nick to his car.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to.
Because guess what, Nick? They don't rape the willing.
Did you have to... Who's behind you?
You love that when that happens.
Dude, I love when somebody sneaks up behind you and you freak out.
It's the worst, dude. It's not fair. It's not a right thing to do to your dad, right? It's usually the kids. And I'm like, ah!